Hi friends, it's me Billy King, and I'm camping. But I still want to make videos, so I brought all my recording equipment, and we're still going to pump some stuff out. Today we're going to go through my top 5 picks of the best classes to multi-class with. Originally this was going to be 2 different videos. I was going to do a video about what classes were the best ones to take a dip in, and a dip is just lingo for just a level or 2. And then I made the lists, and the lists were the same classes. So again, this is just opinion, and opinion is not fact. There'll be handy chapters below if you wanted to skip around, but just a quick heads up, we're starting a mini series on here of live plays, 4 to 5 episodes where we tell a story using D&D content that either hasn't been released yet or is newly out there to it. Always third-party stuff. The first one's going to be Opajima Tales of the Long Grass from 1985 games. The next season is either going to be Ryoko's Guide to Spirit Realms, or it's going to be Crooked Moon. So let me know in the comments what third-party you'd like to see a mini-series in, so we could show you the new classes and the new spells and all that fun weird stuff. Anyway, let's get to it. Monks make such a great subclass, or even just one dip. They are crazy front-loaded. For a melee character, especially early game, being able to do 2 additional hits with a bonus action, yeah, that's going to carry you really far away. Their martial arts also increases the damage die for specific weapons if they're under it. Say you're a high-level monk whose damage die is a d8 for their offhands. If you're using a dagger that's normal d4, it will actually be moved up to a d8. You can't use a weapon that's under your martial arts, it just evens it out. So you're able to use these crazy strong daggers late game and not even lose damage for it. And for a druid or a cleric class, it's almost necessary. Being able to add your wisdom modifier to your AC is crucial. Not to mention now you can do a bonus action attack when with a druid, you're really just using your bonus action to do what? Healing word? At higher levels with more of an even split, giving like a fighter per se with an action surge that many times to do a stunning strike is practically bullying. Spore druids though, especially with monks, because monks can equip the flawed Helldust gloves, which makes all your punches and kicks cause bleeding, and bleeding gives them disadvantage on constitution saves, so you can get your spores in there a lot easier if you just punch them in the neck. And everyone knows how great they are with Barbarian and Tavern Brawler, don't need to go into that. But you get so much of this with just one level. One level you can add your wisdom to your AC, one level you have 2 additional strikes on your bonus action, one level you're able to use your dexterity instead of strength for punches. It's just really helpful. Cleric is another example of something that's very front-loaded. I mean, the very first level, when you pick your domain, you get just a huge boon. And most of these don't have anything to do with wisdom. You can be a fighter with an 8 in your wisdom, take a cleric level, and now you can use your reaction every round to get disadvantage when people attack you. Or you can go thunder, and instead of getting disadvantage, you can inflict 2d8 lightning or thunder damage back. You also get the cleric first level spell list with just 1 level, and it's definitely the most impressive. Inflict wounds and guiding bolt do the most damage out of all of the other first level spells. Command is the best spell in the entire game, flat. Sanctuary can be used to keep your wizards from being hit so they lose concentrations on things like haste. Create water so your storm sorcerer can do double damage. And the only healing spell basically anyone uses, healing word. But if you ask me what makes Cleric one of the best subclasses you can choose is because of the War Domain's ability War Priest, letting you get second attack at level 1. So all this climbing and crawling and scratching to get to level 5 for second attack can just be avoided with just a little handy cleric dip. What's so beautiful about it is it actually takes your bonus action and continues to stack along with your other second attacks. Also, it also works with your wild shapes, one of the few abilities that wild shape will actually continue to use throughout its duration. And this is all just the first level. Second level opens Channel Divinity for all these things. War Priest gets the ability to add 10 to a missed attack. And in an early game, when you're swinging around with Great Weapon Master and shooting off sharpshooter shots with not much to add to it, that's huge. Fighter's one of the best classes to play in D&D. In my opinion, I know, but it really is. It could be anything. It's like a empty backpack you can just shove all your shit in. That's a terrible metaphor, but you can make a fighter be anything you want it to. It just gets so many feats, and you get to pick different styles of fighting. What makes fighter one of the best subclasses, though, is just one skill. At level 2, you get Axe and Surge, and Axe and Surge is so mighty powerful that it gets this low down on the list. With just 2 levels of fighter, you get so much, especially if you start out as fighter, because then you're able to equip every piece of equipment in the entire game. You're able to pick a fighting style that'll make it easier for you to hit your sharpshooter shots with archery, or it'll make your defense higher if you have armor on. A free bonus action heal, and then you get action surge, being able to do another action every short rest. I don't even have to explain it to you how amazing that is. That's 2 fireballs, that's 2 uses of scrolls you're pulling out at a boss because you're getting your ass kicked. That's 6 attacks if you're running a warlock packed with the blade with fighter. It's absolutely rad. But just 1 more level to commit to fighter and you open up Battle Master, and Battle Master will turn any class into one hell of a melee fighter. And yeah, it's fun to disarm, and it's fun to push people and trip them so you get advantage for sneak attacks or whatever you need to do to Divine Smite, but it's also just really fun. It's one of the funnest things you can add to a class, and if you haven't tried it, I suggest you try. Make a rogue, get your sneak attack high, get Battle Master, get riposte, sneak attack off your turn, profit. Sorcerer is such a strong choice for a multi-class, but it's specifically only for people who cast magic. Not really though, because your half-casters could use like Twin Spell or Distance Spell to a huge advantage of theirs. Hunters can Twin Spell Hail of Thorns and Staring Strike or Hunter's Mark to make sure it keeps staying up. You don't have to recast it every damn minute. Melee fighters could use Extend Spell on Blade Ward or True Strike so they can get advantage longer and take resistance longer as well. Careful Spell turns these huge AoE nuke spells like Hypnotic Pattern that usually takes 1 or 2 of your party members and just makes you completely null to it. And with the Dragon Origin, you're able to just get permanent mage armor. Just permanent mage armor. Your AC is always 13 plus your dex. I absolutely love running Sorcerer with my Barbarian. We're able to get Armor of Agathis because we're going to get hit, so we might as well hit a little bit back with it. It's also a prep spell, so we're not needing to do it while in rage. And reaction spells like Shield, you can able to do in rage. You're not supposed to in D&D, definitely not allowed, but hey, your reaction box triggers, so I'd click the button if I were you. Slap Enhanced Leap on that guy and you're unstoppable. Clerics could really use Sorcerer meta magic too, twinning Healing Word, twinning Inflict Wounds or Guiding Bolt. There's a lot of really early on cleric spells that can do tons of damage, and if you slip some meta magic in it, you will be out damaging anyone on the field. Now I know tons of people are gonna disagree, but I am calling it. Wizards are the best class to multi-class with. Now all of the other classes had tons of reasons, but Wizards really only have 2, 3, we'll say 3. But the number 1 reason is the spellbook. If you take just 1 level in Wizard, you're able to write scrolls into your spellbook, and you can cast them up to the whatever highest level spell that you can. So 1 level in Wizard and then 11 levels in Cleric, you are now able to cast 6 level Wizard spells if you can find them and put them in your book. This opens you to being able to use Chain Lightning with your Tempest Cleric and being able to do Destructive Wrath on it, making sure it does max damage. All the fun new spells like Dethrone or Strategy of Curriculum, you're able to get those in your book and you're able to use as much as you want. And you don't have to worry about your intelligence being that high because the game basically gives you the Warped Headband of Intelligence for free, permanently changing your stat in intelligence to 17 as long as you wear it. And obviously opening up the entire Wizard spell list to any character that can cast them is huge. But dropping 1 more level into Wizard lets you pick Divinity as your main school, and now you have Portent dice, letting you pick 2 different rolls that you get every morning to replace rolls that you see on the field, and it is crazy broken. Toss the fact in, at just 1 level, you're able to do things like Mage Armor and Shield and Magic Missile and all those wonderful level 1 spells, and you've got one hell of a character. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you liked it, I really appreciate a like and a sub. I'm new around here and it really helps. I would love to thank all of my sponsors, but especially those guys right there. Everybody from the Adventurer tier or higher category in the YouTube's memberships get put in the ending credits, and they get put into a weekly raffle that pulls every Sunday. Last Sunday, we gave away another one of our Lightning Bolt t-shirts. This Sunday, I'm giving away one of my new pair of shorts. They're hella rad. They're double layered. They have a protective tight layer underneath with a hidden pocket. I bought shorts like these from an Instagram don't remember what it was, but they became my favorite exercise shorts. I was super stoked when I found I could make my own, so trust me, you'll love them. But that will be given away free this Sunday to any one of the Adventurers tiers or higher. And the first week of every month, we involve everybody in the raffle, so all tiers get to be put in. But that's enough rambling. Thank you very much, guys. I love you. Bye.